Storm 11 here. Today we'll be taking a look into a winter storm that began across parts of the northern plains, the Great Lakes region, and even the Northeast. Now, what this low pressure system will also bring is some severe weather tomorrow and even tonight across parts of the Severn Plains, the Mississippi Valley, into the Tennessee Valley as well. Now, let's going to get started with the GFS model here. So, your low pressure system would be over the Rockies. It's going to be right over here, 994 millibars, bringing in some heavy snow in the mountains, but in the lower elevations, it's just rain. You can even see there in Arizona, it's just getting plowed with snow and heavy rain down there. You can see here, you got some showers going on across parts of Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Kansas, Texas there. And your severe weather threat area is going to be somewhere in there, which I can show you from the SPC very quickly. So we do have a marginal risk from parts of Texas, for Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, and even a small portion of Kansas. Now, back a few days ago, it looked to be a really good day for some severe weather, tornadoes, damaging winds, and large hail. Not looking to be that right now. Now. Because of the moisture return, your dew points are very low. Your moisture return is probably going to be somewhere in Texas at this point with the 60 dews. But the ingredients are in place for some severe weather here. You can see there is a small tornado chance for portions of Oklahoma and Texas. The wind threat, very similar situation, but the hail threat will be taking over most of the marginal risk area. Alright, now let's go back to the GFS model here. So right now it's a 991 millibar low. It's over Nebraska there. You got winds increasing around the low pressure. You got a nice warm front coming in, moving north. You got a nice cold front bringing some cold air behind it. This low here starts to blow up. You can see 985, 984. And as it moves closer to the Midwest, it's going to die down very quickly. Well, not really quickly, but it'll start to die down. Even some blizzard conditions for like Nebraska, the Dakotas, even Minnesota, even Wyoming or Montana there. And this is when you start to see your next chance for severe weather. And let's take a look at the SPC. So we do have a slight risk for severe weather from Texas, for Louisiana, Arkansas, and Mississippi. Now, last time, your severe weather risk is actually staying like Texas, Arkansas, and Mississippi. Now your severe weather threat is actually starting to move up north. Now that's pretty concerning here. And I'll show you guys the ingredients at the end of the video. And your main threat should be, what do they have highlighted here? They got the tornado at 5%, same thing for the wind, 15%, and the hail is going to be 5%. So, you have a chance for tornadoes to damage winds there. Alright, so here we are back at the GFS. So this is Sunday. No severe weather threat expected on Sunday. You can see you got your 990 millibar low over Madison, Wisconsin there, in the Great Lakes, nearby Chicago. You got snow going on the north side. Got a warm front bringing in some ice there. Then what's going to happen here is you got your low pressure system, your original low, is actually dying off. You got a new low that develops just off of the coast of Delaware and even New Jersey. And what that's going to do is it's going to bring in a little bit more moisture. It's going to gain some strength, and it's actually going to bring in more snow and rain to places like New York, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. And you can see that can even continue for maybe even into Maine. Your snowfall amounts out of this here. Now, GFS has been a bias for a while, and I'll tell you which area. I mean, overall look, I do agree with the GFS, but there's disagreements in the lower Ohio Valley. And in the lower Ohio Valley, like Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia, and even Tennessee's getting included with this, and even the Smoky Mountains there. The GFS has been too progressive, so what that means is it's been moving too fast. So than from the other models. So I'll show you a European model in a moment here, even the CMC, the NAM, all that stuff. But as you can see here, we got a pretty good swath of snowfall amounts between 7 inches up to 18 inches of snow. I don't doubt about that, especially around the Dakotas there. I think you can see quite a bit of snow up there in the Dakotas. Your snowfall amounts probably will decrease a little bit as it reaches to Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan, and it should go back up again whenever it reaches to the Northeast. And the reasoning why we're going to have some pretty high snowfall amounts for the Northeast is because we're having that curve and it kind of switches over. So you get the snow a little bit longer. Now, if that other low did not exist on the East Coast, you will not be seeing that much snow. And that just came up a couple days ago, so we gotta kind of watch out on this here. Not 100% certain on it yet, since it just popped up. We had something like this before, and it actually did happen. So it could do it again there. That was earlier in November. Let's look at two other models here. Let's take a look at the CMC model. We'll see its suggestion is. So you can see what I'm talking about here. You can see the Ohio Valley, Tennessee, the Smoky Mountains. Got a widespread 1 to 2 inches of snow, even snowfall amounts up to 3 inches in a few spots there. And you can see here your snowfall amount could potentially be up to 20 inches of snow for like parts of South Dakota and Minnesota there. And again, I think this is a little overdone. 2 feet of snow in the central area of Massachusetts there. I do believe that's going to be overdone there. I don't think you will see 2 feet, but I know you'll probably see a decent amount of snow at least. Probably up to 15 inches of snow in that area there. And it's showing a little bit less for Wyoming and Montana. So I do believe most of your snow for the areas there could be South Dakota, Minnesota, and probably New York State, Massachusetts, Connecticut, maybe Rhode Island. Not 100% certain, but Wisconsin, I do believe you can see quite a bit of snow as well. Probably for this, most of the mountains there, probably up to 13 inches there. Let's take a look into an icon model here. So, as you can see here, lesser amounts. Your highest amounts looks to be over New York State there. I think that's underdone there from the icon model. And again, for the Ohio Valley region, I do believe that's going to be underdone as well. I don't think there's any other models to look on to tropical tidbits, so we can look on windy. Let's take a look at those winds from the European model. So here we go into tomorrow morning. So you got winds gusting up to probably 40 miles an hour on the southern end of the low, like Ness City. Here's 2 o'clock. Your winds start to accelerate, like around North Platte. You can see up to 61 miles per hour. And what I'm starting to see here a little bit, there's a little bit of a southward trend here. So your low pressure is moving southward a little bit. And what that's going to do is actually increase severe weather chances here. And that's going to be a little bit concerning. The farther south it goes, like if the low pressure is going to be strong over Iowa City, you're going to have issues possibly in the Tennessee Valley, the southeast there. And it's something you do not want because there is tons of shear in place in those areas there, especially when you get into the Ohio Valley. It's very high right now. You can see here blizzard conditions on the north end side, the west side there. Blizzard conditions there of the low. 5 o'clock Sunday here. Quite a bit of snow going on the north side of that low. And let's take a look to that severe weather event there. You can see here the European model solution is actually pushing the severe weather threat a little bit further up north. Even some numerous thunderstorms up into Indiana and Kentucky there. So that gives me indication that those dew points are probably reaching up there. And the dew points is something we really got to keep an eye on for Saturday night into Sunday. And that's bad timing. Nighttime severe weather, not a good thing to mess around with. So let's go to 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday here. So your low pressure is nearby Madison and Chicago. So there's a pretty good consistency about that, where the low pressure could be settled. So if you're going to have church services like parts of Minnesota, Wisconsin, even Michigan, even Pennsylvania, New York, and New Jersey. Be careful on those roads there. It could be icy, especially on the northern side. Why I mentioned over here is because of that ice area. You could get sleet and freezing rain there. Here we go, 3 o'clock here. So you can see here that your low pressure is kind of all over the place. Right now it's over Detroit. But you can see here a new one starts to develop actually nearby Washington, D.C. here. And here we go, 10 o'clock. There it goes. And you see here your other lows right now over Ohio. It's kind of a little bit stationary there. At 7 o'clock, you even got snow back into Kentucky, West Virginia, and again, even a few flurries in Alabama, Mississippi. There, crazy. Let's zoom in here. What the winds on this thing here? I wonder. Around Massachusetts, Rhode Island, 40 miles per hour gusts there, including snow. Maybe near blizzard conditions there. You can see here the snow starts to get pretty heavy there. You can see it does include Maine as well. How much snow can you see here? So let's go next 5 days here. Wow. Nearing 2 feet near Albany there. So a pretty wide spread, up to 20 inches of snow there for Massachusetts, Connecticut, New York State there, New Hampshire there. So this is a pretty good bullseye area there for a lot of snow. If we move on into the Ohio Valley here, there is a little bit of uncertainty with this here, but it's been kind of going a little bit back and forth with snowfall amounts over an inch. There's even been snowfall amounts up to 3 inches. Let's take a look at the NAM model. So this is the high-res NAM. You can see its snowfall amount is pretty much up to 16 inches of snow for the Dakotas. You can see here up in Minnesota, 20 inches of snow, and that's about as far as it's going to go here. And it's just the beginning over here. So you're going to have to wait till tomorrow for the NAM 3KM to get its snowfall amounts up into the northeast. So overall, I think with the winter storm threat here, I think most of your snow is going to be in the Dakotas, Minnesota, probably Michigan and Wisconsin, and even New York State, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. Probably see most of the snow. So yeah, that's it with the winter storm side of things. Now let's move on to the severe weather side of things here. So let's move on to the European model solution here. So we got to go back into Saturday. Pretty high confidence for thunderstorms here. I think this is what this is here, is the chances for thunderstorms in the area. And you can see pretty high numbers in Louisiana, Mississippi. So this indicates probably some numerous thunderstorms here. If you go up north like Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, it's more scattered. You can see here, it starts to become a little bit more numerous there. I think it's over a 1 when it reaches a little bit numerous, I do believe. Let's check out those winds there along that front there. Yeah. You got winds gusting up to near 60 down in Alabama, nearing 50 in Tennessee, and about 45 miles per hour up into Kentucky. So again, gusty winds. Take a look into that temperature gradient. It's not that impressive here, but you can see along the front there, probably up to 60 degrees, 2 a.m. That's above average in the nighttime, for sure, this time of year. Let's see about the GFS here. Moving a little bit faster, but again, very similar temperatures. Let's see about the winds here. Yeah, probably up to 45 miles per hour is a good bet. Along that front, probably the best chance for thunderstorms will be Cincinnati and south, or around the Louisville, Kentucky area, or Indianapolis or southward. So, yeah. And again, if you missed it, here's the Storm Prediction Center outlook here. This really got my attention. With southwestern Kentucky being a marginal risk, that tells me something here, so I'll look into the ingredients. We really got to keep an eye on this here. So we're going to kind of read through this really quick. At least I am going to. So this is kind of the overall view here. So there's going to be a strong upper low located, let me highlight this, over the Central Plains will quickly shift eastward towards the mid-upper Mississippi Valley by Sunday morning. The attended trough in the intense cyclonic jet maxima will overspread the southern plains and shift east across the lower mid-Mississippi Valley to the mid-south during the period. At the surface, an occluded surface low will track east from northeast to the Wisconsin and Illinois border region. At the same time, a trailing cold front will quickly traverse the southern plains in the mid-lower Mississippi Valley for the evening hours, becoming ordinate from near Ohio to the Columbian Plateau. I think I said that right. Southwestward to the northern Gulf Coast by Sunday morning. So this is the Arctic to the lower Ohio Valley. So this is the severe weather threat area. Rich boundary layer moisture will strain northward across these south-central states ahead of the cold front, with 60s surface dew points potentially reaching as far north as the Mississippi-Ohio River confluence. Widespread cover and possibly scattered showers in this warm advection regime limit surface heating. Additionally, lap rates will remain modest, further contributing to generating weak instability less than 1,000 joules per kilogram of a millbar cape. However, increasing winds modestly varying with high will contribute to long hodographs with at least weak to moderate low-level curvature evident in forecast earnings, while storm mode will largely be linear due to weak frontal convergence and mainly unidirectional shear vectors above the 850 millbar strong speed shear, and weak direction shear in the low levels will be more, I don't know how to spell that, I'm not going to try, to support rotation cells within the convective line, such as a few tornadoes cannot be rolled out. Additionally, storm motion will be fast with around 50 to 60 knot shear through the cold-bearing layer, contributing to wind damage potential. And there's some uncertainties here as well. Alright, so there is going to still be some uncertainties here. You got some of the ingredients in place. And like they said, the cloud cover and the scattered showers there will be in place there, at least for the far north. If that's not going to be the case up here, and when you get that surface heating, that's going to be something to keep an eye on there up north. So let's look at today's TripWire model. So this is going to be my first time, well, not really saying the first time, but this is a good model to use here. I mean, it's not too accurate or anything like that, but it's a pretty good model to use for short-term uses here. And this is 36 hours out, so, but that's only with the 18Z, 12Z, 6Z, and 0Z. There, that's the only time it has 36 hours out. So here we go into Saturday, pretty much the afternoon hours here. So here's your cold front coming in here. You got scattered showers and thunderstorms. You can see it's widespread rain across parts of Illinois, Indiana there. You even got some scattered showers and thunderstorms south of that. That rain band passes over Kentucky, and then it should clear up a little bit. But as we head to Saturday evening, you get new storms to pop up westward here, like southern Illinois, western Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, and Missouri. Might have said that twice. As you can see here, you do get some scattered showers and thunderstorms there, and it starts to get pretty widespread when it reaches into Tennessee and Kentucky. You can see here these black marks here. Here could mean severe. So maybe a little bit severe weather down into Tennessee here. It's very hard to see those black circles there. We should probably move this a little bit further south here. So select our view. We're going to take a look at the southeast. Again here. Yeah, there's shows definitely some strong to severe thunderstorms there. Especially when it reaches into Mississippi there, Tennessee, even back into Louisiana there's I can see a hail threat with that. But you really got to pay attention to these dew points, though. The further up north you go, there is the more shear you get to. If that 60 dews get pretty far up north, to where most of those 60 dew, where the 60 dews could reach up far north, where most of the shear is, you can definitely see some issues here. There's not a lot of lift up there, surprisingly. There's been a couple models out there showing a lot of lift. The lift index is actually pretty high with a -6, which I think that's a little bit overdone. Let's take a look into the wind gusts here. It does start to get windy when it reaches over 9 hours. So you can see here with some of those thunderstorms at north, 35 knots. That's about strong thunderstorm strength. Same thing for these. That's about strong thunderstorm strength there. So, yeah. Just something we really got to keep an eye on. We'll take a look to the supercell composite here. We got to look into the Cape, though. That's something to really keep an eye on. There you go here. See some of its highest amounts. Looks to be back in Arkansas there. Oh, wow, 11. Pretty high. We can't see forecast soundings in front of each triple R model on here. Well, we'll take a look into the NAMNES. I think this is the aggressive one right now, and it is currently updating. So let's see. Okay, I think it's pretty far enough out. So let's kind of play this through here and see. Showing a little bit different story back down here, but that'll probably be a line of some gusty showers there at least. Looks like thunderstorms could be more prominent. Central and northern Mississippi, western Tennessee, probably western Kentucky up there. I can tell. So it's like most of your thunderstorm activity looks to be probably around midnight. It's not good, but let's take a look into the Cape. So looking to the Cape here, look far up north. You got Cape values over 1,000, which is enough for severe weather this time of year. So the Cape should not be much of an issue here. Like I said, gotta look at those dew points. So the dew points is pretty much the thing we're missing here. Seems like the H-triple-R model has the dew points in place, at least for like Southern Illinois, you know. Let's see here. Yeah, look at those numbers there for the lifting index there. A little bit higher. Looks like it backed off with the dew. Well, it did not back off on the dew points. It's pretty much the same thing like it was on the last run. So I could say this here. I think the best chance for severe weather will probably be for like Mississippi, Louisiana, probably even Arkansas and Tennessee there, and probably western Alabama as well. That's probably where the areas I would highlight for the best chances of severe weather. So yeah, guys, that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoy this update here. If y'all did like this video, hit that like button. If you really do like my channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification if it's an upload. If y'all guys got any questions about this, you can put in the comment section down below. I'll answer you guys' questions. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.